swapping out lenses and painting chrome black is what I'm going to be doing today. I'm also going to be doing cotton angel eyes, but I'll probably do a two-part video just in case someone only wants to watch one or the other. Yeah, this is my 2001 BMW E46 M3. Let's get to it. Starting on the driver's side, I'm going to take this clip off with the screwdriver. There we go. Works better from that end. And I heard that this clip right here has a good chance of raking, so it's best to just pull it out a little bit and leave it. So I'm gonna wiggle a bit further. Oh, don't know if it broke or not. Oh, but it did come out.
This is here. This is a very old piece. Push that from the back.
And these clips are kind of pushing against the plastic, so let's see if that one looks like it's down. This one. And I wasn't sure if I was going to have to, but now I see there's a clip that lines in here. I'll show you. This piece kind of lines in there, so let me remove this real fast with just a clip. There we go, pulling up a little bit helps. Want to be very gentle with the plastic pieces. There we go. Cool. See if they are clips. Or just to pull out. Like you. There we go. It's like pressure clips. There we go. So there are clips, but there we go. Nice. This is what I'm going to paint satin black. And chrome is already starting to come off. The reason I really wanted to go for the Plasti dip is I could remove it, but this is just a big mirrored surface and I think it'll look much better. But I just have to know if I do the Plasti dip and if I remove it, some of the chrome will also probably come off. But at least I have the option to change it up in the future. I have new gaskets, so I can go ahead and remove this gasket. Doesn't look like it's failed, but it's kind of foggy in the wintertime, so I think this is just done. Looks like a piece of plastic is bent right there a little bit. And I'm just going to clean this area up. I don't intend to paint any of this plastic down here. Just the chrome. Got most of the grime out. Now I'm just going to use denatured alcohol to prep the surface area to make sure there's no grease. This side is prepped. There's one clip here. Oh, I want this to break again. Okay, let me take a closer look at this. Didn't get it on video. So the idea is to take this piece off first and then push from the back of the hand. The screwdriver didn't seem to work very well, but I just kind of pushed with my back of the finger and it came out just fine. There we go. Here's the one that's good and here's the one that's bad. Maybe I can make a carbon added clip and maybe it'll just go and fine without that. But I'm gonna try to find this piece, maybe carbon glue it back on to get some adhesion there. One clip that is broken right there. Little broken clip, so I'll be sure to be careful for the rest. And that was broken before I touched it. I'm going to go light on the denatured alcohol. I don't want to damage anything. Just a quick light little wipe over. It's all prepped, ready to mask. And this plastic's the only part I don't want to mask. So a couple things I want to look for when I'm doing this is I don't want the paper to touch too much here, so I'm going to have to kind of push this down, make sure it's not pulling the Plasti dip off, but also I want to make sure the mechanisms, because I don't want to get too much paint back there. So I have to make sure it's good in the cracks and crevices, but without overdoing it. Decided to leave the bulb in rather than taking the bulb out. Take a little bit of. Okay, that's pretty good. bulb looks sealed and no paint will go behind there. And this should be fine up there. I think it's an accessory light bulb for maybe a different version or maybe a newer version, like to show that there's a light bulb already on. Maybe the M3 they didn't do that. It looks like it is easier just to tape the paper down right away. So this is easier to tape right on, but on the flip side, I had difficulty with the top piece of paper, so I went a little bit more with the masking tape here, and then I'll just do the paper on top. I'm going to pull this bottom paper back so I can tape it, so there's no chance of it touching the chrome or the other plastic I want to paint. It's ready for paint. I'm shaking this for a minute, the Plasti dip, and it should be. As the first coat is curing, I'm going to use Scotch-Brite pad just to get a little bit of, crazy, just to get a little bit of adhesion. Another thought is there's no reason for me to sand or paint this area because it's not going to be seen. So this might be seen, so I'll paint that, but all this in here isn't going to be seen at all. That one's done, on to the second. These look good. Just going to wipe them down with denatured alcohol. Unlike the Plasti dip, I want this to not peel off because I'm going to be pushing it back and forth. Plasti dip may work, but I want something that is solid, doesn't actually remove. And this is satin because I think I don't want it shiny and I don't want it flat. I've been shaking this for a minute and it's about 70 degrees. So it's a good temp outside. First coat is light. Makes an interesting sound. A lot of dripping, so make sure you don't drip over it. So I'm going to try to not hold this over, not directly over, because all those drips would make it not look very good. No, I got a drip. Okay, I'm going to clean that up. I'm going to have to shake this over here. Be really careful.
A little further away. Okay. There's a little coverage everywhere.
Okay, that's good first coat. I'm going to do the second coat for the Plasti dip. Okay, that's good for second coat. Ready for the third coat. Another thing is if you're wearing gloves, don't have the tip over here because you've pushed down, it could spray on the tip and then drip down. But yeah, just have your glove pushed there so it's nice and tidy. Okay, very good. That looks good. I'll just check up on the fourth coat in a bit. Second coat for these guys. I'm going to take my time on this and go slow just because I want to make sure I don't drip and also I don't miss any spots. It seems like the coverage is good, but this is an absolute mess. So this is not good for dripping and also just control, but it feels like this is having smooth coverage and it probably is going to be a good product. But maybe this one with this nozzle is only good for like rough projects, not necessarily detailed projects where you need the paint to look clean. I don't know. Maybe this is faulty trigger or what, but I am not a fan. These look good. I'm just going to do the third coat just for a little extra durability. Yeah. Just a little extra paint. Nothing too thick on the third one. Also, just do a full coverage in case I'm skipping a spot or miss a spot. Okay, so I did 3 full coats with a little bit of a fourth coat touch-up. And in the instruction, I heard reviews that with this, you don't want to remove masking tape when it's dry. You want to remove it when it's wet. Well, I don't want to remove it when it's just applied. So it's been a half an hour after the last coat, and that should be good. So I'm kind of excited about this. I've never used Plasti dip before, but evidently you can scrape it and it'll come off. So let's see what happens. Let's see if it scrapes off. Not yet. Let's see. I mean, obviously I don't want to scrape off here. But, oh, okay, I got it. So I did it by kind of slicing my nail rather than pulling. Cool. And since there's a sharp line in between, oh, that's cool.
since it's a sharp line, it comes off clean. I'll do this one also. This one I'm gonna be a little bit more careful with.
Let's try a utility knife to slowly. I don't want to. Oh, I don't want to scrape the new paint. Maybe that will work. Plug going. There we go. Nice.
Yeah, I can feel it's very tacky on the outside. It's not wet, but it's not hard at all. I know that plastic's supposed to be soft, but it feels like it's just barely cured. That's cool.
Maybe a screwdriver with some masking tape. Yeah, that's kind of working.
Okay, that worked. I think it'd be easier just to remove the bulb and put some masking tape behind it.
So it says instructions for the Plasti dip to wait 4 hours for every coat before you put it to use. So I'm gonna take that advice. I'm going to call it for today, put a tarp on.
Well, I've got the lower headlight trim pieces cleaned up a little bit, and I was taking a look to see if I could find this piece right here to see if I could glue it back on with a carbon wrap. But I couldn't find it, so I'd have to custom build one. The thing is, this may actually stay on just fine, and because I couldn't find the clip, it is possible this actually didn't break with me, because this made a similar clicking noise as I took it off, and I was able to take it off without there being an issue. I am going to see if this stays in. It has all these other clips are in great shape, so I could spend, an hour rebuilding this, which would be kind of fun, but it may not make any difference at all. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to take 3M plastic emblem adhesive, and this is actually coming off in certain spots, so glue that back on. Okay, with this stuff, you're supposed to apply, push in, remove 10 to 15 seconds, and push back in. I think it's to get a clean application, but also allow some air to activate the glue.
It says to leave for 30 minutes and then it should be all cured. So I'm going to move on to the next thing. The angel eyes are in and it looks awesome. Check out the whole video on install the angel eyes. I'll put a link in there. So now we're going to put the gaskets on this rim. I believe there was a cut from the previous owner putting angels in. That's why it was fogging up. It could be something else. I'm not going to do the whole thing off. I'm just going to do a section of it. Let's try right here. Nice. And I'll just peel before I go around. Yeah, this is easy. That was very straightforward. I'm gonna put the satin finish shroud in. Dust right there. I don't want much scratching. Okay. That's cool. The new gasket, I might have to push harder to get it to click. All right, I got one clip in with the towel and leaning my whole body weight on and going on. So let's see if I can get this next one in without breaking anything. Nice. So slow, solid pushing is the key, I think. I think I'm gonna call it a night. Maybe I'll wait for tomorrow around 3 or so and get some sun on these guys. Well, it's the next day. These have been sitting for about 18 hours. These 4 clips on both are done, and the 3 bottom have the half clip. So maybe it's squished in a little bit. Let's give it a shot to see if I can easily push these in. So this is possibly the original gasket or very old, and there's definitely an indentation there. And I'm curious to see if warming this up will make it softer. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. Put it on a low, 100 to 110 degrees. Okay, that's been sitting for a while. Here's a cool spot. Maybe a tiny bit. Not much. Not high hopes, but just sit here for maybe a 5-minute timer and see if I have better luck. Maybe one at a time. Just leave it here for 5 minutes and try it out. Let's see if it's easy or if it's no change. Okay. Well, maybe I should try something else. I'm just gonna pop this off. I'm not getting any headway. Maybe I'm missing something here. Right. This is kind of pushed in. This isn't, and this is not. So that kind of has the pressure. But I thought the heat didn't really work, but maybe this wasn't fully set in. 5 layers of tape and an old screwdriver, And if I'm pushing a certain area, maybe really wedge this in there. Okay, yeah, I went all the way around. It doesn't seem like it's making any difference. Maybe if I clip the bottom ones in first, that might work. Make sure this is clean and dust free before I put it on.
Okay, so those already kind of did the half clip in pretty easily. Let's see if I can. Okay. The half clips are all in. So these are not in. Let's give it a good push. See if this helps. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I got one more clip in. How I did it is I put my finger behind and I just pushed in using my body weight. That one's not as easy. Okay, I'm gonna do this one again. So that was down here. So it's pushing just against this point. There we go. And then there we go. Got it in. Whew. I'm gonna try the same thing here. Wedging a screwdriver behind this one spot rather than just pushing the whole headlight back. Now that doesn't give much. No, not yet. Okay, this is really hard, but I'm finally finding things that work. Wedge something right behind the push point, and don't push here, push right on this piece right here. And I have like 7 layers of masking tape on here, so don't just push with your hand, put your body behind it. So put your arm on your hip, and there you go. So with these, it's accurate pressure. Okay, I'm gonna do the rest. Make sure to rotate the masking tape because your screwdriver will go through the tip. It'll probably every push rotate over to another spot like that. Make sure you have a hand here. Don't just push back here, otherwise it'll slip. So hold this in place here and push. There we go. Oh my gosh. That's so much easier. And I have a socket to hold this in place. There we go. Have accurate pressure. Last one, screwdriver, compress back this point. And up. Don't want to go sideways. Nice. There we go. And push up. Ah! They're in. The bottom trim piece, I think it just straight in. Straight, and this is the one where I decided not to rebuild the side clip with carbon. And I'm just going to see if this will fit in. All the clips are lining up. Let's see if I can fiddle with that. I suspect this clip was too low, and I'm just pushing on that. So I'll make sure as I go in. Definitely good. This piece goes underneath here first. Going behind. There we go. There we go. Nice.
And push in towards. Make sure those flexi clips stay in line and push in.
Cool. Cool. Yeah. Let's see. Cool. Oh, that's so nice. All buttoned up. Check out all the different light options. Lights there. That looks awesome. That looks good. Too bright. So definitely a contrast, just much more yellow. That's a regular halogen bulb. It's not supposed to be yellow, but definitely gives a yellow look to it. That's so good, they're warming up. Okay, that's cool. Nice. I think my fog lights will turn off when I put my high beams on, and these should be really light, but we'll see. Let's see, is that... There we go, so high beams are on. Oh, okay. So definitely lights coming out there, but I'm putting my eye right in front and it's not blindingly bright, but it's definitely putting some light output on. Nice. Cool. So high beams definitely still work. Let me know what you think. Do you like this content? Do you want to know more information on different bulbs for the fog lights and the high beams? Yeah, thanks for the watch. Like, subscribe, and share.